Yeah, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
So, Drew, tell us, when did you start playing music?
Well, the very first time I sang publicly was actually first grade at our Christmas program. But man, ever since I was young, I always wanted to be in music. In third grade, I actually did a talent show, and I danced to Thriller by Michael Jackson. I didn't even sing; I just did a dance, a skit that at the time me and my mom made up, and did all the dance like Michael Jackson and stuff. I'm telling you, it's pretty rough. We still got a home video of it. But I started singing in bars when I was probably 17 is when I started singing in bars. And I was singing in church before that, so it was a hard transition for me to go from singing to bars to singing. I mean, from singing to church into singing to bars. And so, I started at 17, and my mom bought me Josh Turner tickets when I was 18. And as soon as I saw Josh Turner, I knew this is what I want to do with my life. And I ended up moving to Nashville at 19.
I mean, those are two different atmospheres, going to church and then going to the bar. Was that like consecutively? Would you like go to church in the morning and then go to the bar at night?
So I would sing on Friday and Saturday night, and then Sunday morning I would go into church and lead song worship. And I think Jesus, Jesus just didn't go to church, and he went out into town and show people how he lived his life for the Lord. That's just what I thought in my head that got me by, and saying, hey, I can show my light and how to live, for the Lord, not just in church but everywhere. And it doesn't bother me to sing in the bars and things like that. But at first, it was different for me. I grew up in a very Christian household. I still to this day I don't drink, and so that was different for me. But I learned a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah, and going off your church life, I mean, you recently, I guess this past summer, just took a mission trip to Mexico, right?
Yeah, I did. We had a little bit of a downtime, so I took a mission trip down to Mexico. We went to El Paso and then drove into Mexico and built a house for a family there in a week. And it just really puts life in perspective when you go down there and you see the things that not the things that these people have, but are still very content with their life. And I think sometimes here in America we take things for granted, and sometimes all the electronics and all the blessings that we have here are sometimes hinder us from what's really going on in the world. And these kids these days, a lot of them, people say, hey, the kids are spoiled. Just think it's because we have so much here. And I think if a lot of people were to go and to another country or somewhere else and see what all these other people don't have, really appreciate what we have here. And it was just a great experience to go down there and build a house and be a part of God's work. And so, I mean, it's hopefully in the years to come we'll continue to go down there and go down to other places even maybe and do some more missionary work. And I've been to Costa Rica a couple times and did some mission work before going and doing this one, and I just really enjoy it.
Wait, so did you say you built a whole house in a week?
Yeah, it's not the house that we would say here in America what a
Okay.
house would be like.
Okay.
I mean, it's a smaller. They're living in. There were 6 of them, and they literally lived in one room. So
Oh, wow.
there would be 4 of them sleeping on a bed, and then they'd have the bathroom and the stove just right in there, all in one room. And it was probably not as big as your living room.
Wow.
So we built 2 rooms off the back of their house and added on to their house that they already had. And so, the parents could have their own room and things like that. And it was just a great experience to see how something so little cost so little to change somebody's life.
Now, was that through your church or through some sort of organization?
That was through my church back home in southern Illinois. I'm from a little town called Patoka, and that was through my church back home where they just asked me if I would go down there and help chaperone some kids, and some of the kids went with us, and it was a great time.
Well, you talked a little bit earlier about how you actually did a Michael Jackson Thriller dance. Is that kind of like a mentor? Like who in your career do you consider as your mentor in music?
So I really looked up to Michael Jackson. You know, he was an influence for sure. Mentor. You know, I think there's a lot of different things. A lot of different artists influence me on the music that I make. And when I say mentor, something like that somebody actually taught me how to do music, because my producer Josh Leo has taught me a lot. But the influences that I've had, of course, is Michael Jackson, James Brown. I love, of course, Josh Turner was a big influence on my music, and there was a gospel group called the Cathedral that was a big influence for me. And you know, I have a wide range of influences. If you listen to my record Dirt on Us, you can tell where Michael Jackson and James Brown, all that stuff. I call it funktree. It's got a little funk in the country. But also, you know, we have It Is Well With My Soul is a song on there that is the last song on the record, and that is a song that's real dear to my heart. I sang it in church growing up, and actually my dad and my uncle sang it with me on the record. So the record has some hardcore country vibes to it too, not just up and fun and dancing kind of stuff too.
I read that your first album, Dirt on Us, took 5 years to actually produce, right?
Yeah, it took us a really long time. We just wanted to make sure we had the right songs, and I started writing on it as soon as I came into town, and I just wanted to make sure it was the right, you know, because when people listen to your record, the very first record, it has to tell a lot about yourself, because people they're interested on who you are. And I think this record does a great job of that. There's a song on there called Tractors Don't Roll, and it talks about how on Sundays, you know, we made sure we went to church, we took the day off, and went to church and spent time with family. And there's another song on there called Dirt on Us, and it's about my best friends growing up. And of course, our first single, Dance With You, tells a lot about how I like to dance on stage and have a good time. And it just took us a long time to wrap the record together. So, I mean, we already started writing for our second record, even though we know we're a year or two away from putting out a second record. We just want to make sure we have a head start on it.
Now, I'm always curious, because since it took you 5 years to write it, and I'm pretty sure I read online that you were just, you know, picking and choosing songs, how many songs did you actually write before you decided on the amount for your album?
Oh, man, it's hard to tell. I wrote so many songs. You know, I consider this first album writing my whole life, no telling how many songs I've written my whole life to make this record. And I would say, you know, well over, you know, 300 or 400 probably.
Wow.
Before coming down to these songs. And, you know, for this next record, I won't have that chance to write that many songs. So right now, I'm just trying to make sure I'm writing with the right people and focused on the right sound that I want. And, you know, those first songs that I was writing, I didn't really know what I wanted to say as an artist. I was just writing music until I really honed in on the sound that I wanted for the record and what I knew I wanted to say with the, you know, every artist wants to say something, and I think our new single, Rebound, really says something really special. I've had so many people reach out to me and say, you know, we've really realized our worth in our relationship after listening to your song. And I think that's so important, especially for me as an artist. You want to say something that you want to say something that you want people to hear. And I think Rebound has a great message of that. And, you know, I'm just super excited for more people to hear the music and to start working on this next record.
And we're going to play Rebound after our interview then. But I want to congratulate you on the 15 million streams on Rebound. That honestly is amazing.
Well, thanks, man. You know, it's hard to believe that you write a song and then 15 million people hear it. That's just crazy to me to think about. And when I wrote this song, I knew it was something special, but I didn't realize how special it was and how many people it was going to reach, how many people it was going to touch. And I just think this is a strong song. I think it's going to be, by the time we're done with this, we're going to look back and there might even be 30 million streams on it. I'm just super excited about this song, so I appreciate you saying that.
Absolutely. And now, talking about Rebound, was there any sort of inspiration that brought you to write that kind of song?
I was going through a personal situation at the time, but the way I got the idea, I was actually playing basketball. I know that sounds absolutely crazy. I was playing in the night basketball game back home, and I was driving back to Nashville. And I got to think, I was riding with my friend Emily Wiseman, and I got to thinking about the word rebound after that game. And I just thought, oh my gosh, like, I can write about love and basketball. And we went in the writing room, and I was going through something personal at the time, and we wrote the first line, and I realized, all right, we're not going to put basketball in this. We really got something serious and something great. And, you know, it's one of those songs that I think when people hear it, they just realize, oh my gosh, how have we never heard this before? And I think that's what makes some of the best songs is when it's something so simple as the word rebound. You know, I'm not going to be your rebound. It makes for a great song, and there's a great story in the song. And like I said, I was going through something personal at the time, and I just wanted to put that out there and let people know that, hey, they can be strong. And after I've written this song, I realized about everybody in the world has been through a similar situation, just like this song right here. You know, it just makes you realize your worth, and you don't have to be second, you can be first.
And I really am a big fan of the song. I love it. I think it's a great tune, and I think there's a great story to it. The last thing I want to talk to you about is your recent tour and performances with Craig Morgan. And what was it like performing with Craig Morgan?
It's unbelievable. I mean, Craig Morgan was actually the very first country concert I ever went to as a kid. And so I kind of was like a little schoolgirl on the inside screaming. And it's just crazy to think, man, I'm really doing this. And I'm playing with some of my idols. And I can't count the times I covered his song Almost Home, or That's What I Love About Sunday, and bars and things like that. And so being able to be on stage but not only that, just afterwards hanging out on his bus and him just accepting me and my whole band on the bus and getting to hang out with him and him wanting to get together and help write for my next project and just really being a really nice guy. And I've been really lucky to everybody that I really looked up to along the way that influenced me. I mean, Craig was another person that influenced me. It's just, they've been genuinely great people and have been really, really great to me and have accepted me in the country music world. And I couldn't, you know, it was amazing. It was amazing to be out on the road with him. Great guy, and he's just one of the best singers in our industry.
Now, when are you coming to Philadelphia?
I don't know. Hopefully soon. I know we got some stuff in the works. I know we'll probably be close to Philadelphia pretty soon. We got a big tour announcement that we're getting ready to announce coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Which we're very, very excited about. It's not supposed to come from me first, so I can't say anything yet. But I'm super excited about it, and I'm pretty sure we'll be coming close to your area up there.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait. Drew, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us today. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Nate. Have a good one, bud.
Yeah, you too. Good luck with everything.